SMT Nation, we back. Nation, we have some really interesting news over at Verizon. Let me tell you all about it in today's video. Link for the article from Bloomberg will be down in the description. Ways to support us can be found there as well. Please do like and share this video, subscribe if you're new here, and turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload from the SMT. All right, folks, what's happening here? Verizon selling thousands of its cell towers. All right, so this was not actually released or revealed by Verizon themselves, but people familiar with the issue or the ongoing exploration of sale are saying that it is confirmed. According to those same sources, they're looking to find a buyer or buyers for somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 cell towers across the United States footprint. The value or the estimated value of those cell towers could be as much as $3 or more billion. I did a little bit of homework on this, and I looked to see if there was some precedents in which Verizon has done this before. And it has happened a couple of times. In 2015, they sold, I think, several thousands of towers to American Tower. It's an infrastructure company that builds and leases tower infrastructure to companies. And, I looked at that. I think there was also a Crown Castle sale as well. There is clearly precedence of this. And of course, you can't forget last year they announced a deal with Vertical Bridge to build more towers. And, this would seem kind of counter to that. But actually, I think maybe possibly some of these towers may hold more value in sale and less value to functionality to Verizon, and they're looking to possibly raise some cash. So this is where you get into the speculative part of the video. As I was kind of doing some sniffing around and doing some of that homework and reading on previous tower sales by companies, this includes AT&T as well. They usually are raising cash to do something. All right, and there's about 2 or 3 or 4 other things going on internally at Verizon that I can't really publicly disclose right now, where they are positioning themselves to raise cash and deleverage. They're trying to do both. That could be preparation for a big move. I would say, when I look at the timing, 2015 there was an auction for spectrum. When I look at AT&T back in 2013 when they sold towers, I think like 10,000 or something. They put a huge investment into the network, right? It's spectrum and capex, and I can't, just forget about the elephant in the room. We saw T-Mobile put in their bid to buy US Cellular, at least elements of it. I think Verizon's next. I think this pretty much secures a possibility that they'll be buying assets from US Cellular. And I think additionally, they're positioning themselves to possibly raise even more funding to prepare on the liquidation of Dish assets. And everybody's been talking about their demise. So while I think that's less likely in the immediate term, I think the US Cellular one is most definitely part of this, as well as other things, just deleveraging. So that way, borrowing money is much easier. And, we've been monitoring Verizon. They're trying to be fiscally responsible. It's an important thing to them. They're a big, reliable Fortune 500 company that's in the S&P. And, that's just a good way to move, So put this on the back burner. We'll see if we get a tower deal. Somebody buys. There's infrastructure companies that want to own assets. And this one most definitely filled the bill. We'll see how long it takes. We'll see when it happens. We'll monitor that, and we'll report back when we do have news. But I think this puts the other guys at attention, both AT&T and T-Mobile, as Verizon is positioning itself to obviously make a big splash in some way. This is not nothing. This is definitely something. They're preparing. They're getting their ducats together to buy some stuff. What's your take on all this? Sound off in the comment section below. You're the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.